So Joe Biden is using a fear tactic, stating that he believes Russia is about to commit a cyber attack. Where would you get that intel from? If you didn't even know they had a hypersonic missile that could come through here and fly through our detection sensors and knock half of our block off. I believe the United States is about to kill the power grid. It's going to last for about 12 months to 18 months. Starvation, tainted water, no water running. Anybody who ain't stocked up sufficiently for about a year is going to die. The hospitals will be overran with death. Bodies will be laying in the streets, in the homes. Murder rate will go through the roof. No emergency systems, no telecommunication, no nothing. Death, chaos, havoc, murder, mayhem. Turn the people against themselves. Since the vaccine failed, and they know now that the truth is coming out because Pfizer has now just taken the jab off the market, the financial market. You don't find that suspicious? Now they've been forced to release these documents. Everything is about to be chaotic. What is the final step? We couldn't get them to do this and we couldn't do them do that. Hit the power grid. They'll be underground in those bunkers with sufficient 5-year supplies of food, water, this and that. They're stocked up in their bunkers. They know 95% of the Americans aren't stocked up with anything. They live in check to check. Everything is so high, you can't afford anything. And just when you think you can't break them anymore, you come with this BS. They're going to hit the power grid. They're finna turn all of us against each other in a survival of the fittest type of game. It's a sick game. It's a sick game. It's like the Hunger Games. It's going to be the survival of the fittest. And all the billionaires will be somewhere taking hedges and bets. And that will be the Great Reset. We're going to kill each other. And that's when it's going to happen.
All right, Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Double salutations to our Yuakim out there laboring, the house of David, the elect, that's pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. So I'm back at you with another quick lesson through the Holy Spirit. And we're going to let the scripture speak. And just know you were told the truth. And you were warned by the way of the prophets first. The prophets of Yahweh Ba'ashim Awashai. This is Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 1. The watchman's duty. All right. Ezekiel 33 verse 1, and it reads, Again, the word of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Awashai came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, When I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast, and set him for their watchman. Verse 3, If when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet, and warn the people. All right? You have been told the truth, and you have been warned. All right? Verse 4, Then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet, all right, which is coming by the way of the prophets, teaching you this truth, giving you the prophecies, giving you the warnings of what's to come. Then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. All right. So those that are hearing these warnings, all right, that are watching these videos, if you take not heed to the trumpet that's being blown, all right, essentially the blood is going to be upon your own head. All right. Because you have a lot of Jakes. This is my second video basically going into another Jake. All right. Bringing out the fact of what? That we're coming into some horrible times. Okay. That this power grid could get shut down at any day. All right. People are going to be killing each other, man. The crime rate is going to explode. Famine. People are going to starve. All right. The time of trouble, Jacob's trouble. A time like no other. Right. Let me make that point real quick before I go back. Matthew 24. It's the book of Matthew chapter 24, verse 21. It says, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be." Verse 22, "And except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days should be shortened," man. So this thing is coming faster than what we realize. All right. Going back. Ezekiel 33, verse 5. "He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning, his blood shall be upon him. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul." You see that? So those that are taking heed, those that fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, all right, those that are putting themselves in the proper alignment of the Lord, all right, you have a chance to be secured, to be saved, to be covered, right? Verse 6, Ezekiel 33, verse 6, it says, "But if the watchman see the sword come, and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand." And see, these false prophets, okay, they're not truly warning you of what's getting ready to happen. All right? They got you caught up in mirth and folly, you know, the different distractions, you know, the glorified Passovers, you know, just a bunch of madness that's going on in the midst of the circumcision. All right. You got these false prophets that are settled upon their lees. Okay. They're not telling you of what? Of the straight gate that's getting ready to come, that we're going to have to face and go through. You see? Verse 7, Ezekiel 33, verse 7, it says, "So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, thou shalt hear the word at my mouth and warn them for me." And this is what we've been doing week in and week out. All right. These videos, these epistles. Okay. We're truly giving you the warning of bad times, of great evils. All right. That are going to come upon this world. So it's on you. All right. To get in order, to get right before Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, before it's too late, man. Right? Because that straight gate is coming. Acts 14 and 22. And it reads, "Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation," you see, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You see, so we're in the time that we're going to have to enter in through that great tribulation. All right, as we read earlier, a time of trouble that has never been seen on the world, man. In order to obtain the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, that straight gate. Okay, this is 2 Ezra chapter 7. In verse 18, it says, "Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things and hope for the wide." All right, that straight gate, man. Okay, I got the definition here. Let me get that real quick. Got the definition of straight out of the Merriam-Webster dictionary. It says straight, the point. It says a situation of perplexity or distress, often used in plural, in dire straits. That's what's coming, dire straits. All right, difficult situations, distress, anguish, affliction, right? It says causing distress, difficult times, limited as to means or resources, man. All right, limited resources, famine, droughts, starvation, man. You know, people going without. Okay? Those difficult times. So let's go back. 2 Ezra chapter 7, verse 18. Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things and hope for the wide. For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the wide. Okay? Verse 19. And he said unto me, there is no judge above the Most High, and none that have understanding above the highest. Verse 20, for there be many that perish in this life, because they despise the law of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that is set before them. Verse 21, it says, for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai have given them straight commandment to such as came, what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. Okay? Verse 22, it says, nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him and imagined vain things. And that's the spirit of 2/3 of our people. Because they're not really listening. They're not really paying attention to the propaganda, to the things that's happening. All right, the drum beatings of war, you know, the possible scenarios of famine, okay, the limited resources, the things that's going to bring Babylon into those straight gates, all right, into them straight paths, that position of difficulty, you know. Verse 23, it says, and deceived themselves by their wicked deeds, and said of the Most High that he is not, and knew not his ways. All right. And we live in a godless society, man. All right. An anti-Messiah society. You know, that spirit is upon 2/3, you know. They don't even believe in the Lord. All right. People, they downplay the scriptures, prophecy. They don't think that these things are going to happen. Right. Verse 24 says, but his law have they despised and denied his covenants, and his statutes have they not been faithful, and have not performed his works. You see? Verse 25, and therefore Esdras, for the empty are empty things, and for the full are the full things. Behold, the time shall come that these tokens, all right, those tokens mean signs, that these tokens which I have told thee shall come to pass, and the bride shall appear, all right, Yahushai, okay? And she coming forth shall be seen that is now withdrawn from the earth. And whosoever is delivered from the foresaid evils shall see my wonders, all right? And those that are going to be delivered from the foresaid evils is the elect, okay? Matthew 7:13. Enter you in the straight gate, all right? That position of difficulty, distress. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat, all right? Because many of our people are going to be destroyed. They're going to suffer the judgments, man. Okay? Verse 14, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it, man. And only a small few, a remnant, the elect have truly found the right way. Okay? See, the Lord is going to be with his servants. He's going to be with his elect, guiding them, all right, and showing them what to do in these times to come. All right, is my point. Let me get this too. All right, this is 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 17, and it reads, woe is me, who would deliver me in those days, man? Okay? How are you going to survive these times, all right, that the Lord is about to bring upon Babylon and the world? All right, what is your solution? Who are you going to call upon? 2 Ezra 16 and 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. Right? As we heard in the beginning of the video of Jake going into. See, that was the spirit of the Lord anyway, because all those things that Jake was going into in the beginning of this video, all right, is ultimately what? The judgment of the Lord. Okay? The The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Right? Verse 19, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges, man. Hey, Jake could care less of what's getting ready to happen to him. All right? 2/3 of Jake, the majority of our people, they're not mindful of what's happening. All these things are getting ready to affect you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Hispanics, right? But our people are not mindful of the scourges, of the judgments, you know, of the penalties, man, right? Proverbs 1:22. How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? And the scorners delight in the scorning, and fools hate knowledge. How long are you, Jake's, going to be simple, man? See, Jake is going to be simple all the way to his death. You know? When are you going to wise up? Because you see that you got certain Jakes that they're wising up to the times. They see what's happening. They see that this thing is going to get bad. It's going to get ugly, man. So how long will you remain simple? Verse 23. Turn you at my reproof, all right, the Lord's correction. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. And how is Yahweh Shem Yahushai doing that? Through his men, through his prophets. Okay? As I said, you were told the truth. Just know that you were told the truth and you were warned. All right? The Lord has poured out his spirit unto you and have made his words known unto you. Okay? Verse 24. Because I have called and ye have refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But you have set at naught all my counsel and with none of my reproof. Jake ain't trying to hear it. And that's why the Lord said this. Verse 26, I also will laugh at your calamity. Okay, all those things that Jake was bringing out in the beginning of this lesson, that's nothing to laugh at. You know, but the Lord said, I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh, right? Verse 27, when your fear cometh as desolation and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. And it says, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me, because the Lord is not going to give you any. He's not going to answer your prayers. He's not going to be there when you call upon him because it's too late. Okay, you had the opportunity. You had the chance, but you despised the Lord's words. You despised the prophets. You didn't want to hear the truth. Verse 29, for they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. They were none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. So now you're going to have to suffer. Right? Is the point. But ultimately, we're getting ready to go through that straight gate, man. You know, a situation of perplexity or distress. All right? So it's going to get real heavy, you know. But I wanted to bring out this lesson. I pray that it was edifying, you know. That time is here, you know. So basically, you know, get your mind right. You know, pray to Yahweh Shem Yahushai that ultimately that you be covered and that you have, you know, that security in that time, you know. Call halayim la Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. And double salutation to all you Akim out there laboring. Hey, shalom.